Hey everyone, Naskia Davos here. I am so excited to continue our Christmas challenge. 5 days to Christmas now. The countdown has already started. Christmas is just around the corner, and as promised, every day I am going live and sharing one tip that will help you quit smoking in 2025 and really empower you and allow you to empower yourself and motivate yourself to actually quit smoking, so that by the end of this challenge you will feel excited and look forward to quitting smoking. So today's tip is something quite controversial actually. It's not very popular, but it's very, very powerful if you take it in and you allow it to help you. And this is to own your quit. When I was a smoker, I was always looking for the right time to quit smoking. When after my birthday, after the holidays, after summer, it was always after something. And somehow that right time, that ideal time, it never arrived because there was always something that I considered to be an obstacle to my success. And later on, I realized that all those some things, all those inconveniences, all those events that we feel will prevent us from quitting smoking successfully, all those things make up our lives. So when we postpone quitting smoking and we're looking for the right time, we're actually just never getting to it. And one of the reasons why we postpone quitting smoking is that we expect, even unconsciously, that our environment will be favorable. We say, I'm going to quit smoking when my significant other also quit smoking, so I will not be tempted. I'm going to quit smoking when I don't have to do that stressful project because then I will not be tempted to smoke. It's always after something. So today's tip is to own your quit, to take responsibility for your success, because you and only you have the power to succeed. When we, even on an unconscious level again, when we expect other people or things outside of our control to change so that we will succeed, without realizing it, we're giving up our power. When, however, we hold all the responsibility for our success, we keep our power inside. For example, if I tell myself, I'm going to quit smoking when that other person in my life also quit smoking, without realizing it, we're assigning our power to that other person. And of course, that other person didn't ask for it. It's not fair to them. And it's also not fair to us. Or when we say, and I've heard that many times as well, when we say that, yes, I want to quit smoking, but that person in my life, they trigger me all the time and that causes me to fail. Again, without realizing it, if we have that mindset, we assign our power to that other person and they don't have to have that responsibility over them. It's our responsibility to succeed. So that's why today's tip is to own your quit, to take full responsibility for your success, because that way you retain the power to succeed. Very important. You and only you are responsible for your success. When I realized that lesson, it changed everything for me. When I realized that, you know what? You're responsible for your success, not your family, not your work, not the government, not the happenings of the world, nothing. When we allow those things to really determine what we do, especially with something so important as quitting smoking, but also quitting alcohol, losing weight, whatever that may be, we always are in a cycle where we're never having the power. But when you say to yourself that, you know what? I take on 100% responsibility for my success, then this allows you to succeed. It's like magic. So let me see. Hi, Angela. Great to see you here. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to answer them. So this is the tip, to own your quit. Take full responsibility, even if realistically other people affect you. Of course, we live in a society. We live with other people. Other people will affect us, even if that's correct technically. The mindset we have that we own and take full responsibility of our success, this is what's empowering. And this comes from a concept that's called the locus of control. So there is internal locus of control and external locus of control. Locus of control is really where we believe our power lies. Is it externally? Is it that external events have the most power to affect what we do and whether or not we succeed? If that's the case, then we have an external locus of control. Or we can have an internal locus of control, which is when we believe that we have the power to control and affect what happens in our lives. So, retaining that internal locus of control is just an empowering mindset that will help you succeed. Now, another question you usually ask me is, okay, Nasya, I want to quit smoking, but what is better, going cold turkey or cutting down? And really, I get asked this all the time. And it's a very interesting question, because we think that cold turkey or cutting down, that they are quit smoking approaches, but they're not. Think about it. Whether we go cold turkey, which means cutting nicotine from our body, going from, let's say, 20 cigarettes a day to 0, that's cold turkey. Whether we do that or we cut down gradually, so we reduce our cigarettes gradually, both of those ways are just different ways to remove nicotine from the body. But none of those things can actually help us quit smoking, because smoking is 80% a mental addiction and only 20% a physical one. The mental addiction is the cognitive and the behavioral attachment to smoking. It's what you believe smoking offers you, how you see it, all the associations you have with smoking, like I smoke when I drink coffee, I smoke after a meal, I smoke when I talk on the phone. All those things are the cognitive and the behavioral addiction, not the physical one. Because nicotine as a substance, it has a short half-life, which means that it leaves the body quickly. So if you stay nicotine-free for 5 days or more, that means that almost all nicotine has left your body. So whether you do this gradually or you go cold turkey, it doesn't really matter, because you can go cold turkey, you can reduce your cigarettes gradually, but if you don't remove those cognitive and behavioral attachment from smoking, it's not gonna matter. Like, think about it. Let's say that I am smoking 20 cigarettes a day, and every day I'm reducing my cigarettes little by little. I say one day I smoke 20, the other I smoke 19, then 18, and I go on and on and on, and then one day I smoke 2 cigarettes a day. Does this mean I'm going to quit smoking? And if I do, does this mean it's going to be easy and I will be a happy non-smoker? Well, not necessarily, because purely cutting down did nothing to change my relationship with cigarettes. This did nothing to make me break all the behavioral attachments I have with smoking. So it doesn't matter. The same way, if I go cold turkey and one day I smoke, the other day I don't, this by itself doesn't do anything to change my addiction. So going cold turkey or cutting down gradually is simply a different way to remove nicotine from the body. What will make you a non-smoker is changing your relationship with cigarettes, is reprogramming your mind so that you will no longer see smoking or nicotine as something that adds value to your life, and so that you will not have that behavioral compulsion almost to reach for a cigarette. This is what will make you a non-smoker, that reprogramming. So if you do that reprogramming, whether you go cold turkey or cut down gradually, you will succeed, because you really targeted the root of the addiction. Now, even so, let's say, okay, you will reprogram your mind and you will remove the root of the addiction. Still, do you go cold turkey or do you cut down gradually? Well, it really depends. There are pros and cons in every approach. If you go cold turkey, the good thing is that you're done at once. It's over. Great. The bad thing is that if you're still mentally addicted, you're going to feel extremely, extremely deprived. Now, when it comes to cutting down, the good thing with cutting down is that you remove gradually nicotine from your body. So your body is getting used to less and less nicotine, which is great. However, if you just cut down on your smoking and you're just using willpower to reduce every cigarette, again, you're going to reach smoking 2 cigarettes a day or 1 cigarette a day, and those cigarettes will feel and look so precious that it will be really, really hard to just go down to zero and remain smoke-free. So as long as you overcome the mental addiction, then you can choose to either cut down gradually or go cold turkey. If you think that you will benefit from the gradual approach, that you think you will benefit from really releasing nicotine gradually from your body, then go for it. If you're the kind of person that you just want to be done, then go cold turkey. But really remember that either of those things, they're not what will make you a non-smoker. You know this quote by Mark Twain that says, "Quitting smoking is easy. I've done it 1,000 times." Well, this is the reason, however funny this is and however much we can relate to it. This is a quote for relapse. If you quit smoking and you just quit smoking, you just smoke the last cigarette, then you will do it again and again and again. But if you do something differently, if you become a non-smoker, if you change how you think about smoking and break your behavioral associations, then you only have to do it once. It's like how the butterfly, the caterpillar transforms into a butterfly. So the caterpillar doesn't just become a butterfly overnight. First, it transforms in the safe space of the cocoon. Then it comes out of the cocoon and it's a butterfly. By the time the caterpillar goes out of the cocoon, it's already a butterfly. The same way any transformation happens, nature works the same way for everyone. To succeed, to make the transformation and become a non-smoker, you first have to become a non-smoker in the safe space before your quit date. You have to change how you think about smoking. You have to break your habits and then you quit smoking. So by the time you quit, the transformation has already happened. This is where you need to focus on if you're currently interested in quitting smoking in 2025 and you want it to be easy and you want it to be different and you want it to last. Focus all your effort in your preparation. Do not make the mistake that you've made in the past. I've made that so many times, where you quit smoking and then you just hope for the best. You just hope something sticks. You just hope that time passing will take away the desire to smoke, because this never happens. Put all your effort in really becoming a non-smoker, adopting the mindset of a non-smoker, and you can. Because guess what? You were born a non-smoker. Even if you don't remember how it's like to be a non-smoker because you started smoking on an early age, you were born a non-smoker. Being smoke-free is your natural state. Your mind and your body were designed to thrive without nicotine. So by quitting smoking, you're not just giving up a crutch or turning into someone irritable or someone you don't like. No. When you become a non-smoker, you're simply going back to your real self. So just know that you have the ability inside of you to become a non-smoker, because that's your natural state. Like our member says, my birthright, and it is your birthright. So that's for today. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.